Yes, and I want to expand a little bit on the major point that you made about diversification. As an entrepreneur and someone who learned the hard way, I mean, I had great education like you and your husband, you know, speak foreign languages, was studied in universities around the world, had all this wonderful education. And when I lost my full-time job, could not get another job because it was that same kind of competitive environment where 250,000 other young, talented, gifted
Yeah.
people had lost their jobs in a recession. And so I learned the hard way not to have, as the proverb says, all of your eggs in one basket. It's vitally important to have multiple streams of income. You've got to have income coming from multiple sources. And in fact, in one of our instructional videos on Create Income Coach, we'll share there are different types of income actually. And so you even want to not just diversify the types of businesses you're operating, but also the types of income that you're creating. So I want to delve a little deeper into what you mentioned about the gasoline business and the plaza. Those are what I call vertically integrated. So there's diversification. You have restaurants, the Subway, Sbarro. Then you have gasoline stations. Then you have the plaza. So you've actually got four different things kind of going on there. And from with the gas station, with the plaza, I consider that to be like an integrating vertically. So you have a gas station, which you don't create traffic.
Right.
So in that where that gas station is, you add the food restaurants and so on, but then you've also added renting office space to different types of businesses.
Right. And that was necessary because when you build something, you want to create magnets where people come, things that pull people to it. So you have these restaurants. Well, people come in to eat, but when they come to eat, then they can say, you know what, let me fuel up at the same time. So they're doing two things. They're getting two things on their checklist taken off. Then you have offices where people need to rent to work. So their clients can come and visit. So when their clients come and visit, their clients can go to a restaurant, their clients can get gas, So you create an environment where things are like a magnet from one thing to the next. So it keeps the area robust. It keeps the businesses robust in that there are people that's coming to patronize several businesses, not just my own, because we have other restaurants in that plaza that doesn't belong to us. And what we do is we make sure that we don't compete against each other. So whatever I sell, I make sure that the other person who's renting from me, I'm not competing with them because they have to be able to make their income as well. So we have to be thoughtful about it, not because you're landlords, you do what you want. You want to make sure that everybody who is, who's renting from you gets a piece of the pie. You let them succeed and they thrive, because if they can't thrive, they can't pay their rent. If they can't thrive, they can't sustain their own families and so forth. So we try to create a nice blend of businesses where we don't cross over into each other's economic situation in terms of path, but we give our customers who come to all of the establishment an opportunity to do multiple things at the same time. We even have a bill paying center. So if people want to pay their utility bill, they can come in and pay their utility bill instead of driving to the company to pay it. So we try to be thoughtful about how we place everyone into the plaza. So, yes.
And it's absolutely amazing. So it makes a really convenience store concept just blow up, because you'd have not only the gasoline and the conveniences, but you actually have, a utilities payment center, certified public accountant. You have businesses that people need to utilize, but every time they come in there, they're also going to spend money with you for gasoline and at maybe one of your restaurants.
Yes, as well as the other tenants who who are there. We have a convenience store there as well. Once again, we could have had a convenience store. We allowed another person. One of the things that my husband and I try to be mindful of in business, no one gave us a chance. Well, let me change that. I shouldn't say that. We had a lot of favor that came in our path, through other people. And so we try to reciprocate, we try to give other people an opportunity. So we don't hog everything for ourselves. The convenience store is naturally something that goes with the gas station. We chose not to do it and allow someone else to do it. So that's their income stream. Their tenant, that's their income stream. We also have, like you mentioned, an accounting office. There's an insurance office in our building as well. There's another restaurant. It's a Spanish restaurant that's in the plaza. We have the bill payment center, and then we have the Sbarro, and our offices are in that same plaza. So it's quite a diverse types of businesses that are in there that allows all of us to be able to benefit from each other's traffic flow.
And this is another tip for our viewers to really grasp. With businesses and the expenses to operate a business, one of the things that's also really smart about how you've vertically integrated your office space, which is normally an overhead, right? Mm-hmm. You're also helping to offset the cost of your office overhead for your office operation by situating it in the plaza that collects rent from other business tenants.
Right. We were not office people. Our offices were our cars and our home. And when we built a building, we were finally able to say, we have an office. And so sometimes it's still like, wow, we actually have a place where we have staff that helps us. It was my husband and I, and we worked on the road in the day. We came home at night, and our dining room table, one of our bedrooms were converted into an office, and we would do our work. So it's really a blessing now that we actually have a staff, wonderful staff that keeps us together, and we couldn't have done what we're doing without them. So we're finally, able to have an office. The cost is offset because we're using it to facilitate all of the businesses that we have. Yeah.
And early on in our first portion of the interview, you shared some really interesting, personal details about how you and your husband started in business. And you've just touched a little bit again, and I want us to really expand upon the fact that those of us who are operating businesses, often our car is where we're operating from, our bedroom, our dining room table, the eat-in counter in our kitchen, and there is no secretary, bookkeeper, accountant, courier, and all that. We are all in one. And for those of us, as we've just talked about, handling multiple streams of income, that means for myself personally, I juggle 3 businesses. And so there's nothing glamorous about it when you are trying to, you do what you can with what you have. You can't always hire people to do things.
And don't despise small beginnings, because that's the foundation of you learning your business. You see, you can only outsource work to people when you know what they're supposed to be doing. And because you did it yourself. And so there's nothing wrong with working out of your car and your car being your office, your dining table being your office. There's nothing wrong. That's where you learn your business, and never let anyone know your business better than you. So when you've gotten to a point where you can have an assistant, that's great, because now guess what? You know exactly how things should be run. And so you're able to train that person, and you're able to still have that third eye on your business.